So yeah, basically what quest board or what the way quests work in the realms of Rothgar is if they don't approach you directly with the quest, then they can either post on what's called the quest board. Most larger towns will have one, um, but in most cases, if it's not sanctioned by the guild, if the quest is not sanctioned by the guild, then it gets put or it gets taken down. What they have to do in most cases is either approach an adventurer directly or go to the Adventurers Guild, tell them the problem, and ask for them to post a quest. And they give the Adventurers Guild the sum for the reward. If they don't, if they go and just ask random strangers to do things for them, there's always a possibility that the random stranger will say they did the thing and then take the money and then run off and not actually did the thing. The Adventurers Guild just gives it a little more legitimacy,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Hmm. Yeah.
All
So
right.
then,
Well,
even if the quest giver is dead, then we can still get the payment from the guild. Then.
Yes, as long as it's been taken from either the Adventurers Guild or the quest board.
cool. Should we do
So,
should we do an intro?
I feel like we
I mean,
should
we
find the
can.
oldest quest available that's like thousands of years old and try to get paid for it.
Well, nothing on the quest boards is that old. There's only like five things. Actually, there's like seven or eight things up on that quest board. If it's not handled in a timely manner, it's either taken down or it's handled by the Adventurers Guild themselves. Like one of the Adventurers Guild actually goes out and does the quest.
Mhm.
Do I sound okay? Or do I
Yeah,
sound kind of muffled?
you sound fine.
Sound fine.
Okay. And then we can just do the intro on here if y'all want.
All
All right. Welcome everyone to another adventure of the realms of Rothgar. I'm your dungeon master, quest giver, and all around talking head, uh, Frank. With me tonight, I've got Bill.
Yo, what's up, y'all? You know him, you love him, you love to hear him talk. It's Bill, and I love all of you. I'm
And
going to
he
be
is.
playing Dr. Valerie Anders tonight. I apologize about that.
Then we also have Hayden.
What's up, guys? I'm playing Tigger. Um, he's quite a handful, honestly. I don't even know how to describe him.
He pees and poops in boots.
Yeah, pisses and farts for the fun of it.
Yeah, that's the long of short of it. And last, well, actually not last, we've got Ron.
Hello, I'm Ron, and I'm playing Tarun, and I now have the ability to fly for 1 minute a day.
Nice.
And we're also missing a Jaden tonight. He was at a modeling gig apparently,
He's a chicken
and
model.
yeah, he's a chicken
Pretty
model,
much.
and he's died. He texted us the death emoji, so he's died. But lastly, we've
But
got Craig, our unsung recording bot. Say hi, Craig.
now recording.
For those who don't know, there is a bot you can get in Discord called Craig, and he will record the audio from the channel. So that's what we're using tonight. So yeah, last we left off, the adventurers had just finished defeating um, a bad infestation of head crabs in the town. The not impromptu, but the what's the word I'm looking for? De facto mayor at that point is actually Torun's friend from the Coliseum, Ferrul. He asked y'all to stick around for a while to just help kind of get everything back up into tip-top shape. Y'all spent the next week or so, maybe a couple weeks, working on getting the town cleaned back up, putting out fires, burying the dead and things like that. For the most part, there wasn't any payment asked in the beginning, so there was no payment offered. So y'all missed a chance there. But y'all also did go through and kind of ransack the upper district of Honeywood, so there wasn't much else that you really could have got out of it. The day is going to start off. If y'all remember correctly, there was 68 souls saved. Most of those have returned to some semblance of normal life after it was all said and done. Most of them have moved closer together into a small cluster around the Happy Drunk Tavern into the houses and shops nearby. It's a balmy 79 degrees today. I say balmy, but it's just really muggy. And y'all are just getting up first thing in the morning.
How many souls did we saved?
A total of 68 people.
Okay. And it's
that includes
and it's 70 degrees outside. All right.
It's 78 degrees.
Okay. Interesting. What if we had saved 78 souls?
Then it would be 78 degrees, and there are 78 people saved.
All right.
So
There's no
what you're saying is
correlation to
there's a
this.
perfect medium of people we need to save so that we're comfortable.
All right. All right. See, this is real information. This is the real facts coming in.
This is what the liberals don't want you to know, guys.
I apologize for my voice today. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. I'm still sick from like 3 weeks ago, so.
He doesn't have COVID, people, so stop worrying about getting an infection through your ears.
Yes.
Never stop worrying about getting an infection through your ears.
Called herpes.
You realize that ears are basically portals directly into your brain, and an infection in the ear becomes an infection in the brain. It is science. That is 100% how it works.
That's kind of how it
What
works.
what was the show where instead of doing they were trying to do abstinence, so they didn't do vaginal or anal, they did ear sex?
That was Family Guy.
Yeah.
Was it Family Guy?
Yeah.
Okay. That's how you get an infection right there.
Yeah, I'm not even going to disagree with you. That is 100%. That is 100% factual. Yeah, people don't put things in your ears. Your ears weren't meant for things to go into them, to be honest.
Does that
If
mean I
anyone
just
is
stay out of your
listening
ears,
to-
Bill?
Except Q-tips.
No, not even those. Those don't clear earwax out of your ears. Those only impact earwax further into your ears.
Bill, that's illogical. They do
Q-tips.
remove some of the earwax, okay?
They remove some of it, but okay, we removed some of the landmines from this field. Have at it.
I mean, your chances are better that you won't step on one, so there are now less.
If Q-tips weren't meant to go into your ear, they wouldn't feel so good.
Yep.
That's how anal was discovered.
I think that's how the gerbil was discovered.
The gerbil?
That is exactly what a gerbil person's argument would be. If it didn't feel good, the gerbil wouldn't be meant to go into my butt. Like, the gerbil isn't meant to go into your butt. Then why does it feel good? Oh my god!
I was at a house today, and I was doing an exterior service. I walked around to the backyard while I was doing.
Gerbil up their butt?
No, But I was walking around the exterior doing the outside. When I got onto the back patio area, they had a butt plug, a dildo, and a bong all sitting like right next to each other on the back patio table.
Well, you know,
I don't I don't know what exactly happened, but I mean it's a small neighborhood, small backyards. It doesn't seem like they'd be doing something like that outside, but I have
Your
no
neighbors pay
answers for you.
premium, bro. It's okay.
Hey, to be fair, there's this lady over in shit, Bender's, and she's sunless tops, and literally within eye distance there are 3 neighbors with balconies able to see like directly line of view in there. So it's like, oh, okay. Sometimes I just don't think people give a fuck.
so, I mean, some do it on purpose. You know, they want to be seen.
This is true.
I wish I had that neighbor. Instead, I've got an
I'm
old Mexican
sorry.
family and an old Mexican family.
I'm sorry. I could not. I couldn't not be awkward if I went outside onto like a balcony or something. And I looked over and I saw my neighbor topless. I would just be like, "Oh Jesus Christ! I can never talk to you again ever."
I would just stand there and stare at her until she like looked up at me. I'd be like, "Hi." All right, so back to the game. Y'all have woken up. You're all sleeping in the tavern still, unless y'all decided to take one of the neighboring houses as your own dwelling for the time being. That was offered to you if you wanted to do that
Oh
as well.
shit! Homeowners, boys, homeowners.
There's also some vacant shops.
Hey guys,
Um,
I'm gonna have to go AFK for a bit.
Okay.
well, that's the game. All right, thank you all for coming.
Nah, it's all right. We can role play this out with 2.
So yeah, so there's like a couple vacant shops, at least one vacant house. I mean, I could have took one of those as a possible dwelling place. Um, if you're willing to set up trade in this city, then you can definitely take a shot. But otherwise, it's just going to be a house.
I mean, we you know, we would
Don't
have
have
to
anything to
stay here.
trade yet. Well, we
Mm-hmm.
would have to have this town be our base of operations, which, according to the map, wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing ever. This town does have a port, and it does lead to pretty much every. It is kind of in between most of the other towns in the continent so far.
I mean, it's an option. If you want to go that direction, you can. If you don't have to. Of course, if you have a shop, you need goods, and to have goods, you need money, and y'all do have a little bit of money now.
Yeah. I do
But
have
it's
some
also
random
only
goods.
68 people.
We need goods.
That's true. It's not exactly a hub um, of capitalism in this town.
I've got Tina, and we can also hire a bunch of the other urchins of the city. I'm sure there are plenty of orphans.
Well, no, but there's
Now.
only 68 people in the city.
Probably a total of like 4 urchins, including Tina, survived. I'll say there's probably maybe a total of
Bare
100
minimum.
people that like made it through. Y'all personally saved 68 people, but there's probably about 100 people total in this entire city.
Okay.
Bare minimum, I think we should accept a house.
Yeah, we do need a house.
All right, give me a dice roll, a d20. Actually, no, just do it a
Which
d4.
one of us? Oop, wait, I rolled the wrong thing. Of course I rolled that good, and it wasn't even the right dice. Well, you know what? I nat 20'd on a D4.
There you go. I nat 1
So it's a
on the
4?
D4.
I just need one. Who do y'all want the roll to be from?
We'll go with Bill.
All right. So on the D4, y'all decide to go with the 2-story house.
Yes.
Ooh.
When you go in, while you're cleaning up everything, hold on. Sorry, my door's loud. When y'all go in, there is, or when y'all decided to pick this as your home, there was at least 2 dead bodies downstairs and 1 upstairs. The one upstairs was a small child, probably of the age of like 10.
Oh, that's sad.
And the 2 downstairs are 2 adults. On the mantelpiece, you see a painting of the 3 of them happily sitting together. There's not much to be saved except for like 3 beds, the couch downstairs, and some of the cooking equipment.
Now, just as a point of clarity, when we get the house, do we also get to keep their stuff?
Well, they're not going to need it anymore.
I mean, this house
All
came,
right, that
came
sounded
with
like it.
3 free
It came
bodies.
fucking
Come
fully
on.
furnished.
Like
including
the
former
table,
occupants.
the kitchen table was broken. The chairs were broken. The couch survived. So there's some things that survived, some things didn't. But like 3 beds and the couch are the only things that are still functional. The couch does have some blood on it.
All right. What about the kitchen stuff? Like pots, pans, that kind of thing.
The harder utensils, like the cast iron skillet and pots, survived. Some of the silverware might be salvageable if you take some time to, bend it back into shape. And then, of course, the wood utensils are all broken.
All right. Then I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much gather up any of the of the stuff of the metal stuff that we can't salvage. I'm gonna go ahead and bag all that up.
I'm going to, well, I guess first I'll find out if there's somewhere that we're like a mass grave or something that's being dug.
There is. It is just outside of the town. Oh yeah, I've got 2 bottles of Crown.
I will, as respectfully as possible, chuck these bodies in a mass grave.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna be with him, and at the mass grave, I'm gonna say a prayer to the Raven Queen.
I'm gonna do a check. I don't know, investigation to ask around and see if I can find out the names of these people. I rolled a 13.
Nobody knows them.
Okay.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'm just gonna say a prayer to the Raven Queen over the mass grave.
Now, once everything's all said and done, after they get all the bodies out into the mass grave, Ferrule does get the town census because it does have names on there. It doesn't have where everybody lived at, but it did have names. And they did go ahead and read off the people that were not accounted for.
All right. So I guess I'll choose 3 random names for those lists. That's a 3 in several thousand chance that I got it right.
Once we're done there, I'm going to go ahead. Is the town blacksmith still alive?
Give me a roll.
Of investigation or
I'm not sure. What would be a good roll for that?
I'll just go with investigation. We can play it from there. I can ask around.
Yeah, there's not streetwise in this version of D&D.
Well, the town's population drastically dropped in one day. I imagine there's going to be a little bit of chaos going on. So,
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
oh
I
yeah,
switched
way
back to
better
my-
now.
Yeah, I switched back to my PC.
nice.
Mm. So I rolled a 10. 10 for investigation.
Hold on. D20. The town blacksmith did survive, but his family did not.
Mm.
Oh, that sucks. Is he at? This is gonna be a really cold question immediately following that information, but I don't know it yet. Is he at his forge?
He probably. So, at what point in time are you going to look for him?
Pretty much once we're heading back into town from the mass grave.
So during the 2 weeks. No,
Yeah.
he is not at his forge.
Okay, then I'm basically going to be holding off on all the ruined metalware from the kitchen, and pretty much anywhere else in the house until he gets back.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I'm going to spend a little income to refurnish the kitchen and probably go ahead and refurnish the living area as well, considering, that's that's that.
What is the chance that I can sell some of my random loot?
During this 2-week period, not very likely.
Okay, yeah, I'll hold on to it because I just have.
Unless you just really need somebody that you can sell stuff.
Oh,
to.
I don't. None of this. In fact, no, I was gonna give away something, but
Yeah, and I don't really I haven't been really collecting much of anything other than coinage and value and shit like that. So
oh well, yeah.
um,
I mean, I've got a dragon statuette worth 30 gold. I've got odds and ends worth 15 gold. I've got 116 gold worth of jewelry.
yeah, I didn't roll good for any of my investigations, but I at least got money, so that at least the middleman is out.
Well, you got stuff, Bill. You just didn't listen when I divvied up the loot.
No, oh no, wait. We decide we were going to do specific stuff. We said we were going to do specific stuff with all the stuff.
Maybe we
Right?
were. I don't remember.
I think it was all of. I think no. I think we actually sold everything of value, and divvied up the gold value, except for the rings that you found.
Well, I guess
So y'all didn't actually sell anything.
Yeah, we didn't
because
sell
there's nobody to
anything.
sell to.
Yeah.
Now you can sell them because you've got probably between everything that you found, between the wines and the food and the valuables, probably in the ballpark of a couple platinum pieces.
Well, for the wines and the food, we can probably go ahead and keep that stuff ourselves for the house. To be honest.
Yeah, I don't
That's-
remember
that's-
what happened
that's
to the wine
between-
and the food.
So
I
the
don't
wine,
think we
the
sold
food,
it because
the
it was so
paintings,
low value.
The wine, the food, the paintings, and all the other valuables
Yeah.
that y'all have should add up to about 3 platinum ballpark. That's not including the gold you found. So
Right.
whatever gold y'all have plus roughly about 3 platinum.
I'll just
Yeah,
sell
I
my
know we
stuff.
definitely divvied up. Yeah, I know we
Wait.
definitely 100% divvied up. Yeah, actually found it on here. We divvied up the any monies we were given, but we only kind of figured out the general value
Well,
of the other stuff. We
we
never actually
did
decided what we were
divvy
gonna
it up because last session we had
do.
350 gold worth of jewelry, and I only took 100 and something. So we obviously
Mhm.
divvied it up, and just nobody listened when I said that.
Oh,
Tigger has the Ring of Singing, the Ring of Air Command, 1,200 gold pieces, 600 SP, 250 CP, and 350
We
GP.
each have that?
No, that's just what Tigger has.
So
on
that's
his.
the total.
He also,
He was
he
supposed to
also
split that
has.
up.
I love the description of the Ring of Singing.
Yeah,
I just
he-
love
he was-
everything about that. That had rings with Slurm energy.
Yeah, that gold amount, he was supposed to split that up. Like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was just the
Yeah.
total amount of monies y'all had found.
yeah.
Yeah.
He also has
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. We've got. I think I found the list on here. It looks like we've got 80 gold worth of wines, 60 pounds worth of salted meat spreads and cheeses, as well as some other perishables. So if we want to keep that, all of that stuff is preservable, other than the bread.
Yeah,
I think
But there is
the
preservable
majority
bread, so.
the majority of the food and wine y'all brought to the tavern and just divvied that out to the
yeah, that's
the
what we ended up doing.
Yeah.
survivors.
Oh, that's right. We did do that.
We split up the jewelry. We should each have 116 gold worth of jewelry, based off of the fact that
Mhm.
that's what I gave myself.
Right.
And
Lard
then
has 25 gold worth of
Lard is never
knickknacks.
here, and so he got nothing.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's got 25 gold worth of knickknacks. He's got a boot full of poop.
A boot full of Tigger poop.
Yeah,
2 gold worth of paintings and 80 gold worth of wine.
yeah.
which
My gold already reflects the split value, but Hayden needs to change that 1,200 to whatever. We only split it between the three of us. He needs to change it to 400.
All right, so you should have 400 gold. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 794, 794,
Oh,
250.
Oh,
copper
there is-
pieces.
Yeah, we only divided it by
is,
three of us, so
yeah.
250 divided by
60
3 is
silver
Oh yeah,
83
actually,
copy.
Ron, you actually wrote it down. It would be you, me, and Tigger got 400 gold each,
Yeah.
200 silver each, 83 copper, and each of us got 116 gold worth of jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already added those values into my sheet.
Yeah, so I haven't sold it actually.
Yeah, I just haven't sold the
But,
jewelry yet.
um,
And then
You delete.
from a previous adventure, I have
It's,
15
yeah.
gold worth of odds and ends.
Anyways, so
Yeah. So
Bill,
however you want to give me a value on that to refurnish that stuff.
so you're unable to find anybody that's willing to sell or buy anything. So you're unable to get furnishings. But there is a town full of abandoned homes.
Yeah, I thought that would be tasteless.
I mean, you see other people doing
The
it.
doctor
So
thought that would. Valerie thought that would be tasteless. So
you do
know what?
see other people.
You know what? One of my I think I have that listed as a character thing. It's not stealing if I need it more than someone else. That is my flaw. So you know what? If other people are doing it, yeah, I'll go and refurnish our house with some other things.
All right, so this is a 5-bedroom house total, with a detached outhouse,
Nice.
or privy, which is a upgraded
Okay.
feature that a lot of the
Civilized
homes don't have
people.
usually.
Hold
usually
on,
it's just
I
a
need to
privy
write
on the
that down.
inside, but-
5-bedroom house with a detached privy. Okay.
Yes. Wait, is that the house we're searching, or is that the house we're in?
That's the house that you've decided is y'all's house.
Excellent.
Okay. Oh wow, they gave us a civilized person's house. Oh,
Well, if you-
yes, look, it's distinguished gentleman. Look at the way he sits. Yes.
If you had gone with the Ron's roll, the D1 roll, it would have been a 1-bedroom shack. The D3 was like,
oh, it's a good thing we went mine.
Yep.
yeah, it was like a 1-bedroom shack, like butted up against the wall. It was more like a lean-to. So yeah, it's 5 bedrooms. You've got four people. You've got Lard Brimstone, who's still passed out upstairs.
I toss him on one of the beds.
He's been there for like a week.
I'm
sleeping.
bonded to his axe, so.
As well as his armor.
As well as his what?
His armor.
I
Oh,
can't
but-
summon armor.
Well, no, you use it as a weapon, so it's an improvised weapon.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna draw on his face before I go out and do stuff.
Um, so y'all fully furnish the 5-bedroom house. So you've got 5 really nice beds, a wardrobe in every room. You make sure you find all the scraps of cloth you can for the privy out back, because toilet paper is not a thing. You have, a fully
Bill, do you
furnished
know
kitchen as well as living
prestidigitation?
area.
I don't know any spells yet, but I do
Oh,
plan
okay,
on
that's
taking
right.
taking that one if it's available for the
See,
if prestidigitation is available to the cleric, then I am going to take that.
the cleric version, which is what I have, I'm not a cleric, but I have divine spells. The cleric version of prestidigitation is nowhere near as good, because prestidigitation you can use to clean your butt. You can just clean a 1-foot surface. All I can
I mean,
do.
that is among many things one of the things you can do with prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's so useful. You can just clean your outfit, All I can do is
This is
cause my voice to
true.
boom,
This is true.
flames to flicker and brighten, dim or change color, harmless tremors in the ground, an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range. I can cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut. Okay, that one's pretty good. I am not
And
opening
I
any
think you
open
can.
door,
Can you
unlocked
can you
doors.
light candles with prestidigitation?
With prestidigitation, I think you can light candles, yes, but with thaumaturgy, it doesn't say that you can. Because that's what I have is thaumaturgy.
You can't lighten them with thaumaturgy, but with thaumaturgy, I know that you can dim them or brighten them.
Yeah.
It's more like the special. It's more like the special effect filter.
Oh, yeah.
Andy, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Get away.
And so
still
while
love you,
I'm
just grab all
getting
that
some
thing.
stuff for the kitchen and a couple other things, I'm also going to look around and try to see if I can find any like kids' clothes. Like something that maybe looks like it might fit Tina.
Well, there was a dead child in the house.
It was a girl
Yeah, but
about Tina's age.
oh, it was. Oh, sorry. I thought you said it was a boy.
Wait, have we adopted Tina?
Okay.
I think Bill has.
Okay.
I don't know about we, but that is the ultimate plan. That is the ultimate.
Right.
That is my ultimate plan. Yes, Tina is going to become my child, and I love her. And Frank, this is a direct threat to you. If anything happens to her, I am coming for blood. And
Well,
I
you've
do
also-
feel the same way about Heisenberg.
Heisen.
Heisen. That's right.
Everybody calls him Heisen.
Gotcha.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive.
Okay.
Oh
All right.
yes, he is. I threatened Kyle if he didn't make it back, I was going to burn the whole city to the ground. So, and I did nat 20 on that intimidation check, which that was incredible.
So for the most part, Heisen's just been helping around wherever he needs to lift heavy things.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Heisen's not living with us. We haven't adopted Heisen.
Yeah. Torun's probably doing a lot of the same thing. She's just helping out around town, lifting heavy things and stuff.
So Ferrul did ask that if anybody found gold, jewelry, or anything valuable, to bring it in to add to the town's coffers, because he could not find any coffers that are related to the town. So there is a mysterious amount of, or a untold sum of money somewhere in the town that is the town coffers.
Damn it.
Hey, I thought your character has a problem with stealing.
She does not have a problem with stealing. She has a problem with helping those in need. She's gonna turn in her 116 gold worth of jewelry.
Damn it! God damn it, Ron!
She'll keep
If-
her
You know what?
gold,
Fuck it.
but
It's
she's
your
gonna return her
it's
jewelry.
your stuff. It's your stuff. Do whatever
She
you want with it.
so she's gonna go find Ferrul and say, Ferrul, I found all of this jewelry here, and she's got like a pile of jewelry that she just like puts on the table in front of him.
You didn't search for Rule's parents' house, did you?
Did
Oh
we?
yeah, we
Yeah, I
did.
found
Yeah, we did.
the
Yeah,
shaft.
we did. That's where we found. That's where we found a lot of the
You
shit.
I
you
found the shaft of a
personally
hammer.
you personally didn't search their house.
Me?
Like, yeah, whenever I'm pretty sure like it was Bill that searched the house, brought out a painting of Ferrul and his
That's
family.
right. And then I went downstairs and found the shaft to a hammer.
Right. Okay, so I just want to make sure. So he thanks you for your contribution, and he asked you at that point if you by chance had searched his house for any other belongings, because he was hoping he could find some jewelry of his mother's.
I don't think I have such things.
Okay,
Well, I have
so y'all can.
I have a ring with a symbol I might recognize.
That is his family crest.
Yeah, I pull out that ring. I'm like, I did find this. It looked familiar.
I think you might have already given that to him.
Oh, okay.
Along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Whenever it all came down, like last episode.
I'm not gonna mention the stick, although I think he already
You-
knows about that.
Yeah, y'all actually sat down and had a conversation.
That's
and
right,
he did
yeah.
give you the stick back.
That's right.
Because you looked like his great grandmother, I think.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. Okay, so your house is fully furnished. You've got clothes for everyone. Y'all have noticed around town Heisen kind of sleeping in alleyways or in random houses throughout y'all's 2-week long endeavor to get the town into a semi-functional state.
I go up to Heisen and I say, Heisen, do you not have a home?
Oh, they offered me. I don't know how to do a house. I just live with people, and I just sleep in alleys now.
Well-
It happens.
Well, that's no good. I've slept in worse places and it's not fun. Maybe I could get you a room at the inn.
It's kind of crowded because there's people that still don't want to move away for safety, and there's no room for me because I'm a big guy. So I'll just I'll just sleep in the alleys and in the cold and the wet.
Well, you can have my bed.
I couldn't do that. It wouldn't be nice.
You can sleep on a couch.
We do have a couch. Yes.
I mean, you've got 5 rooms total plus the downstairs. Yeah, I guess you could. Sure,
Yeah,
that sounds
one of 'em,
awesome.
so
Thanks.
that's one
'Cause
for each member
you've
of
got
the
a-
party plus Tina.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you want to just have them double up with Lard, because I mean, he's just sleeping.
You know
this
what?
entire
That's
time
fair.
anyways.
That is so fair, and it's just Heisen
Heisen-
cuddling up next to
Heisen, look,
Lard.
We've got this friend and we're not sure
Just shove
what's
Lard
wrong.
underneath the bed.
No, we're just like we're not sure what's wrong with him, and we need someone to live in this room with him to make sure he doesn't die. Every now and then you're going to need to like pour some water down his throat or some food down his throat, but you can sleep in this room, and you can put him on the floor if you want. He's a dwarf. He's used to sleeping on the stone, and have his bed or whatever you prefer. But it'd be good to have someone to watch over him while he's sleeping.
Oh, that's so nice of you. I appreciate it. I'll take good care of the dwarf buddy. Okay, so he sleeps in the spare bedroom with Lard. Y'all check in from time to time. He's making sure he takes good care of him, gives him spit baths, and you know
Pop in one
because
time, he's having a really shitty tea party with him. He's just a passed out dwarf. He's just pouring tea onto his face. Here you go, drink up.
um whenever you told him he needs to like try to pour food down his throat, he didn't understand. And I'm sure you probably eventually corrected him, but he didn't understand you meant like liquid foods. So he's got like chicken pieces in his beard. Um, you might have checked it at one point while he was trying to feed him, and he was just like making his like mouth move up and down on some mashed potatoes. And unless you correct him, he'll just continue to do that. So that's why he has to give him lots of spit baths.
Well,
I don't think there's any problem with what's going on here at all.
I mean, I guess I correct him. I know enough.
God damn it.
I make sure he
Okay,
gets a complete balanced diet.
in a liquid form.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, he's gonna try to give him like green beans and mutton and
We use
things like that.
some of that metal, and eventually, when the blacksmith gets back to work, we have him forge us a bedpan for Lard.
He's
I'm
just
sure there
been
are probably
wrapping them
some
with.
in here.
He's
Honestly.
just been wrapping them with blankets he takes from other houses.
Honestly, I kind of just thought that he'd just pull his pants down and leave him in a corner whenever he had to go out and help the townsfolk, and he'd come back and at the end of the day there'd just be a pile right next to him. But in the meantime, now that everything's been furnished in our house, to help out, I'm going to just say some prayers over any of the other bodies or anyone that they might not want it, they might not be their chosen faith, but this does still technically fall into my purview for faith. So,
Oops, I dropped the thing. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, so you come to the end of the 2-week period. You've gotten the town basically back up into pretty livable conditions for the most part. Y'all gotten a house. You've bonded. Everybody's bonded with Tina. She seems well loved around the town. She still has a
Yes, she
slave
is.
mark, or a slave brand. Strangely enough.
wait, I
And
thought wasn't she owned by Mr. Big?
she was.
Is it a
Or-
magical slave brand that would magically go away when he dies?
You would think.
Okay, so that's what's supposed to happen?
Yes.
Okay.
So from
We've still got all of Mr. Big's ledgers that I stole out of his lockbox. Is there any mention of his purchase of Tina?
no, there is not. Nor any of the other slaves that he supposedly owned in the town.
Okay, I'm gonna have a sit down with Tina for a minute.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just hoping I can do the voice.
You can just if it's too much for you, since you are still coughing and having a lot of trouble and stuff, you can just kind of relay the basic information she gives me. But
Okay.
Tina, did Mr. Big own you, or did someone else own you with your brand?
You could also check the slave brand with a
Oh, I didn't know if I could do that.
Arcana check.
Okay, I can do that. Well, I'll do
Technically,
that.
technically, that's not what Arcana is supposed to be for, but that's what we're using it for in the situation. Just so we're
Okay.
clear for the rules lawyers.
Durr. I rolled a 3.
Yeah, you think it's legit.
Holy shit. God damn it. Duh. Fuck, I rolled a 3 now, and I think it's legit. God damn it.
Well, I mean, the supposed slave owner is dead, and from your knowledge, if the contract holder dies, if there's no body that they have set in the magical contract for the slave brand to be transferred to, the slave brand disappears, and all the debts are forgiven.
Okay. Then I've got 2 questions. One, does her brand look similar to the illegal brand that Tarun has on her?
The illegal brand is burned in, and this is clearly a black what looks like a magical tattoo slave brand.
Okay. Then the other question I had, because that actually did narrow it down a lot, I'm also going to ask her if she knew if she belonged to anybody now that Mr. Big is dead.
Oof, no, I can't hit it.
You can just go ahead and relay what the base of what she says. Because that sounds a little rough.
Don't have to do
basic,
a voice.
Basic gist is she's like 8, 9, 10-ish area. I don't remember the exact age we put her at. Hold on, let me
we
check
put her
that.
at 8.
Was it 8? Okay.
Yeah, she was definitely on the younger.
Okay. So she, as far as she remembers, she's always belonged to Mr. Biggs. She doesn't remember her parents or anything like that.
All right. Is there anyone with I've been a key feature in similar towns and stuff. Is there anyone in town that I would know to go ask additional information about ownership succession and stuff like that in regards to the specific subject?
Most cases, either the Adventurers Guild or the Slavers Guild might have additional information.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm definitely going to head over to the Adventurers Guild, and I'm going to invite Tarun to come with me if she's interested. If not, that's fine. Okay, cool. Because, yeah, it's for Tina.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all make it over to the Adventurers Guild, and there's a sign on the door that says "Be back in 5 minutes." Out to lunch, and it's like 3:30 ish in the afternoon, so way past lunchtime.
Wow, that's a late lunch. Okay.
I
Do you want to
will
wait
firmly knock upon the door.
Okay, nothing happens.
Tarun, out of curiosity, can you read?
Yeah, I can read.
Okay, just wondering.
I mean, it says they were out to lunch, so but someone might be in there.
That's true. True enough.
So this being
guess...
a medium-sized town, most cases a small town might have like 1, maybe 2 people, receptionists and like the manager. In like a small town, medium-sized town, there's probably 2 to 4 receptionists on average, with a manager plus possibly some special ingredient merchants that would normally be in this building at this time.
Right.
And probably some adventurers as well.
Do I look at Dr. Valerie and I say, "Do you should we just go in? Do we know if these people are even alive?"
fairly certain they're alive, but there's another option we've got. Let's head over to the Slavers Union and go talk to them. And if we can't get anything from them, we'll come back. By then, they should be back from their lunch.
All right.
Right.
To the Slavers
Noted.
Union.
All right, so the Slavers Guild, the Adventurers Guild, the Weavers Guild, and all those other guild buildings are kind of in the same kind of close knit area, all within probably like 10 houses of each other on the end of a cul-de-sac. You make your way over across the street. The door is ajar. You hear arguing coming from the inside. If you want to listen in,
Yeah, I do. I'm not gonna go inside. I'm gonna kind of sneaky like a fucking eavesdropper. I'm gonna listen in. That was to roll 23.
So the gist of the conversation is, it sounds like one of the well-off or prominent people in the town did survive. Not like the main head of the family, but like a second or third son survived. It's him arguing with somebody about several of his slaves who have not returned to work after the incident.
Any mention of anybody that we've come to know or meet or anybody?
No, nothing in particular.
Okay. Then in that case,
Do
go
these
ahead.
brands like look a certain way? Like does a certain owner like all of his people have the same brand?
So certain slavers have certain brands. If they're a really well prominent slave owner, they might have like a house sigil as a brand. But most cases, it'll have some combination of. If you're looking at the, I'll just quick draw it. Some combination of down here at the bottom of the roll 20. It's going to be like a stylized S, and then it'll be like a chain link stylized S.
I don't see anything.
Down there at the very bottom of roll 20, below the picture. I'm doodling it, so it's not the best in the world, but
it's apparently not showing up.
Yeah, it's
for
not
me
showing up
anyway.
on my end either.
All right, can you see this?
No, I got nothing.
Nope.
Oh, am I on the GM layer? I am on the GM layer. I wonder. Hold on. Just get rid of this real quick. And then go to the objects and token layer. All right, try again. So it's like a stylized. Whoops, I need freehand. Freehand. So it's like a stylized. That's the wrong way. Stylized S, and it's like a chain link S. Is like the generic
Right.
like slave brand. Then you have like if you have a certain slaver that might want a certain specialty, it'll have like, you know, say his name is Leland, it'll be like a stylized L.
Okay. Then
And it'll be like a chain link on that or whatever.
Then in that case, having heard that, I'm gonna go ahead and walk in.
Oh, that's magnetic.
And I'm gonna go up to the counter and show that I'm kind of patiently waiting.
Follow
for
in
them to finish
behind
their
him.
thing. Yeah.
Bill,
Yeah,
do you
good.
want
I
to
need
make
my wall
an
and muscle.
insight check?
I would love to do that. This is gonna be with insight. Nat
Yeah,
20.
you can tell like Tarun, her fists are clenched. She's barely like holding back from just going all out on this place.
I'm gonna go ahead and place my hand on your shoulder. Be like, stay calm. We're only gonna be here as long as we
it does
absolutely have to.
that static electricity shock when you do it.
Does my hair start to stand up?
I don't know how powerful I am, but sure. It's all RP stuff.
Right. I'm just gonna kind of whisper under my breath. I'm just gonna be like, don't worry, we're only gonna be here as long as we have to. I hate being in this place as much as you do.
You do the talking.
Sounds good. You just look intimidating if you need to.
Can do.
All right. Then, I'm just gonna, wait at the counter, for them to be done with their conversation.
So once you go inside, the guy behind the counter says something along the lines of
Howdy, partner.
as you can clearly see, the slave contract notates him as deceased. I cannot do anything about deceased employees or deceased slaves. And the guy's like, I don't give a shit. I bought him from you, and he's gone now, and I need somebody, and da 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 da. So just kind of like a male Karen. So they go back and forth a little bit, and the guy's like, "Well, I'll be back. You better have somebody for me to employ." And like you hear emphasis on employee.
On his way out, can I just make a mental note of what his face looks like and stuff like that?
You sure can. He is
Yeah.
what appears to be an elf, or half elf rather. He seems to be wearing slightly tattered noble's clothing. He's
All right.
not super handsome. He's just kind of with a scar kind of on the right side of his cheek. Otherwise, there's no other distinguishing markings on him.
All right. Then in that case, I'm going to be like, I'm going to, greet him. Like, how are you?
Who, the guy walking out or the guy behind the counter?
No, that guy can go and fuck off and die in a ditch for all I care. This guy's a slave owner. I don't give a shit what happens to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see the slave, or not the sorry. You see the guy behind the counter. He after the guy walks away, he kind of puts his hands in his head in his hand, kind of rubs his forehead a little bit. Then looks up at your greeting and says, "Hi, welcome to the Slavers Guild. What can I do for you?" And before you ask, no, I cannot replace dead slaves. That's just not something I can do. I do apologize.
When Valerie opens her mouth to speak, Torun speaks up instead. How much would it take to pay off the debts of all the slaves in town?
To tell you the truth, I think there's like 3 left. So, if you hold the save contract for these 3, it's something like 36 gold and 5 silver, I believe.
Can she is surprised by that number. Can somebody else pay off their contract for them, or does it have 36, to be? Yeah,
36
if
gold and 5 silver.
I give you the money, can they be free?
You know what? I'm like the only member of the Slavers Guild left here. I could give a shit left at this point. Right. Fuck it, if you give me 20 gold, I'm just gonna mark these off.
I mean, she does it without hesitation.
I will 100%. I will 100% cover the cover half of that. No worries.
Okay.
On that.
All right. He takes the money, pulls out the 3 slave contracts, marks them down as paid in full, files them away, sends off a magical copy on the copy machine to the head office.
Well, now that that's settled, I actually have a question about a very specific one. It's a little girl. Her name is Tina. I believe her owner was one Mr. Big.
Oh, the bastard who started this shit.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, he had a lot of damn it. He had a lot of slaves. I didn't know any of them survived. Let me check the files. He turns around and he goes over to a filing cabinet, pulls out a drawer, and starts like flipping through it. Do 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 do. All right. Here it is. Mr. Biggs. I am showing nothing. He. Well, that's a new one. I knew he had slaves.
What do you mean you're showing nothing?
Well,
Yes, he
has
clearly has slaves. I've got a little girl outside with a mark, and he's dead.
Well, I mean, are you sure it was Mr. Biggs? Because I'm not seeing anything in his files.
She says that as long as she could, far back as she can remember, she's been the property of Mr. Biggs.
Bill, you want to give me a perception check?
I would love to do one of those, because I am rolling on a high that can only be met with a nat 1 at some point.
Up.
No.
You know what?
Okay.
A natural 9.
That's just not high
I mean,
enough.
I could try too.
Yeah,
I'm
Ron,
right
go ahead
there.
and give me a perception check.
19.
All right, I'll take it. So, if you remember correctly, he said there are 3 slaves in town, and you just paid off all 3 of those slave contracts.
Right.
Was
So
there a
she
name
should have
associated
been-
with any of those 3?
You did not ask.
What were the names of those 3 that we just paid their contracts for?
You didn't ask. Oh,
I'm
this is you
asking.
asking.
That.
My bad. That's my bad. One of them is Gerald Fliegenhopper. One is Stephanie. No, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. It's Margaret. Well, crap. Where's the?
Oh.
Hold on. What was her last name? I have a last name for her. Well, it's Margaret. That's all she has down. One of them's for Margaret, and the last one is for a Jacoby Ferdinand.
Margaret is the one who is in love with the Minotaur guy, right?
That is correct.
Jerry.
Yes.
Hearing her name, I'm like, Tarun realizes what she's done, and she's like, "What are those? Will they know we're the ones who paid that off?"
I mean, seeing as how I don't know your names, I couldn't tell anybody if I tried.
Okay, good. Keep it that way.
I think that's better. Yeah. That's better.
Our town is literally destroyed. I could care less. Like, I don't even want to be here.
All right. Just one moment. I'm gonna walk outside. And for this specific purpose, I actually did bring Tina with us. I'm sorry, I didn't mention this sooner.
You have mentioned a couple times that she's outside, so it's good.
Okay, good. Then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bring her in. Tina, do you want to come in here for a moment? And we're gonna walk up to the counter.
She comes inside with you.
So
Yeah.
This is Tina.
Hi. Hi.
Tina, do you want to show him your brand?
She shows him the brand. Didn't we decide it was on the shoulder? I'm pretty sure it's on the shoulder.
Yes. Yeah, it's on the shoulder.
And it's on Ron's forehead or back.
Mine is on the back of my shoulder blades, I think. Yeah,
That's
back
right.
of my shoulder blades.
And then for legal, it's on the shoulder.
Which I guess there's no such thing as the back of your shoulder blades because that's already the back. So.
Well, I mean that would be inside your
Yeah.
body. So.
Yeah. It's on the back of my
Yeah.
shoulder blades inside my body.
And everybody
when you
can
think
see it.
about it, well, when you think about it, the back of your shoulder blade is technically on your back because, I mean, yeah.
So is the front
It's
of
just
your shoulder blade inside your body?
Technically?
Yeah, okay.
I guess it depends on what you consider your front.
That's true.
All right, technicalities aside, so Tina kind of turns to the side and looks down, and the slave brand is still on her arm. The guy looks at it and then like looks back at you and he goes, "Yeah, that's a slave brand."
How do we get rid of it?
Well, in most cases, it goes away when the owner dies, or paying off the debt is usually the ways you usually go about doing it.
What is her debt?
I mean, considering as I don't have her paperwork in front of me, I don't know. I can double check, and you can come back in a couple days, and if I
That
find
sounds
something, I
like
can
a
let you
wonderful
know.
plan. That sounds like a marvelous plan. Also, who was that gentleman that just left that seemed so angry?
Uh, he's the like third son of a minor lord. He was out of town for like a week prior to the massacre. I don't have a name for him. I think it was like Fuzzy Ferdinand. I don't know, something with an F.
All right. Good to know. All right, we'll probably be back in a little bit, and in a couple of days to go ahead and take a look at that. And I'm gonna place my hand on Tarun's shoulder. This is all we can do for now. We can leave now.
Tarun locks eyes with the man and says, "You don't stop until you find out who her owner is and what her debt is."
Is this
And-
like an
and
intimidation?
that was
Yeah, it
intimidation.
is.
Not
With a
as
14.
intimidation as I'd like it to be, but
He's like, man, I just want to get out of here. I don't. I knew I should have quit last week. Bullshit.
Yes, you really should have. Honestly, you never should have gotten into this awful business to begin with, but it doesn't matter. Bye. Have fun.
It's not my fault. I don't make that much money. I'm a slave too.
does he say that?
Yeah, as y'all are walking away.
She stops and turns. Wait, you're a slave?
Yeah, y'all just paid off my slave a freaking contract. I appreciate that, by the way.
Wait, she doesn't know what to do now. She walks over and places 10 gold on the counter and says, "Sorry I was mean before, but here's 10 gold. Can you please try to find out who owns her?"
Yeah. I can look into it. That's a nice sum of money. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Valerie's gonna walk back up to him. I'm not sorry because this is really an awful, terrible thing that you're doing. Even if you were contracted to do it. But out of curiosity, what would one have to do to fully burn this whole guild to the ground? And then I'm just gonna smile like this, like I was just asking you about the weather.
I mean this guild or like this house, this building. You mean?
I know how to burn down a building, sweetheart. I want to know how to bring this entire organization down.
So you're referring to the slaves guild, the slavers guild.
Mm-hmm.
We help lots of people. Well, yeah, it was. We it can be used to help a lot of people. There's sometimes people just take advantage of it,
Mm-hmm.
but we get people out of. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm free now, so fuck it. As far as like burning it down, um, like you probably have to destroy systematically every single slaves guild headquarters, as well as all the magical contracts in the head office and all duplicate sites. Um,
Okay.
scattered across all of the Shattered Vel, if nothing else. I
Okay.
mean, there's slavery in other parts of the realm of Rothgar, but in the Shattered Veil, that's probably the best option.
And was your
To
name
start with.
Gerald Fliggenhopper or Jacoby?
Uh, it's Gerald.
Okay, okay.
It's a family name
Gerald
You
or
know what, we can.
Fliggenhopper?
of Fliggenhopper.
Okay.
Everybody's always made fun of me for it. It's okay.
You know what? We can go ahead and worry about the details on other places later. But to start, every great fire starts with an ember. Now, if we come across any, let's say, random contracts, and we destroy the contract, does that also destroy the brand?
So destruction of the contract is one way. Killing the contract E or the contractor. Would it be E or in that situation?
The owner, I think,
The
would be
person, the contractor. Okay, so the
Yeah.
contractor, killing the contractor, destroying the magical contract, or killing the contract E are all options to dissolve a slave's contract.
Good to know. Good to know. Fun
All right.
start.
So, Bill, in 5 levels or so, you should get the resurrection spell.
Hey, I am on board. I am 100% on board. And by 5 levels, we'll be level 8, and I'll be a level 5 cleric, which means that I should roughly, if I'm doing my math correctly, be able to basically solo one non-ancient dragon by myself.
If her contract is in this building, you could probably just put her in the building down and probably destroy the contract.
Well, we're gonna I don't want to be without any information that could be helpful for helping for her situation before I know anything. So
I mean,
just so
you could
just so you
burn it.
know,
You could just burn it down, and I can come with you, and I can help.
well, I want to make sure that everything's done right. So first things first,
I have really good handwriting.
You come back. I'll come back in a couple of days, and if it's not here, don't show up to work the following day. Okay?
Yeah, okay. But I mean, so here's the thing though.
Great.
Like she might not have a contract in this town. Her contract could be somewhere else. Well, you know what?
In the meantime, how about you
put
do me
Tina
this favor?
put Tina up on the counter. Let me look at her slave brand, and I might be able to narrow down who holds the brand.
All right. Then I'm gonna go ahead and lift her up and kind of set her on the counter. Like someone's sitting waiting for a friend to show up.
All right. So he like opens up a drawer and pulls out some like spectacles with like some different levers on it. Puts those on his face and like he bends down and starts inspecting the slave brand and he's mumbling to himself and he's like, "Okay, well it's got 16 double loops and 53 single loops on the slave chain." And curly Q is well, this is odd.
Mm-hmm. And
It's
there's notable, by the way, from that sounds, you don't even need to make a roll. There's notable bite in that. Uh-huh. What's odd?
it it's just not responding underneath my spectacles. Can't speak today. My spectacles, like you would expect out of a normal slave brand.
Hmm.
Eh, huh?
Could you do me a favor in that case?
Yeah,
Could you
yeah.
by
What's up?
chance... So this is a guild, I imagine there's a level of communication between the other branches, yes?
Well, I mean, sometimes.
Okay, well, sometimes is better than none of the time. Um, I was wondering if you could possibly send off a bird or some kind of a message to some of the other guilds and inquire if they've got any information on this particular brand.
Well, but before I go so far as to do that, let me try something. And he turns around, like he grabs out like some bowls and a mat, um, and a knife, a pretty sharp looking knife, as well as uh, some dust of some kind and some sort of sparkly powder and some sort of herbs and stuff. He kind of lays it
Okay,
out all on
as
the
soon as
countertop.
as soon as he pulls out that knife, I'm going to put my hand on her shoulder. What are you doing?
On whose shoulder? The guy's shoulder?
No, as soon as he pulls out the knife, I'm going to put my hand on Tina's shoulder, and
Uh-huh.
I'm going to look at him very coldly with notable bite in my voice. What are you doing? Tell me now before it's done.
I was just gonna test the mark.
How are you going to do that? Why do you need a knife for that?
Well, it's a blood contract. I I need blood to test the blood contract.
How much?
Like 3 drops, maybe 4.
All right. I'm going to turn to Tina. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
doctor. Yeah, yes,
Okay.
doctor.
It's sweetheart, it's just Valerie.
Yeah, yes, doctor.
Okay. That works too. I'm going to take my hand off her shoulder, but I am going to hold her hand.
All right, so he takes her hand gently, turns it over, like pokes her little finger. Tina jerks back, of course. Then he takes her finger, like squeezes it over like a little small, like I don't know if you've ever seen them before, but like the small sipping plate cup things like they use in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
A socket cup.
no, not like a sake cup, like a saucer, but it's like slightly deeper than a saucer, and it's shaped more
Mm.
like for sipping small amounts of whatever. Anyways, it's a small cup thing.
Yeah.
And he drops a couple drops of blood in there, puts a dash of this and a pinch of the herb, and kind of swirls it around. Um, and then he takes the knife and he goes to like cut off like a sliver of her skin on the over top of the mark, like a very like thin sliver. Like he's gonna poke. He's trying to poke the mark itself.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
you're
staring
gonna
at
let
him
him do it.
hard. I'm staring at him hard, but if this is what he says he has to do, I'm
So
not gonna lie
he
though, the hand that's not holding Tina's hand, I definitely have my hand on my dagger.
well,
Like,
he's not using the knife. He's using like a needle almost.
Now it's Torun's turn to put a hand on Valerie's shoulder and say, "Let him do what he needs to do. It's just a little scratch. She's had far worse."
Yep, I know, you're right.
So he pokes the slate brand, digs the needle in, kind of wiggles it around a little bit. It hurts a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's just like the couple top layers of skin. It's not deep. And he takes the stylus and he sticks it in the liquid blood combination. Kind of swirls it around a little bit, adds a little bit of olive oil vinegar to thin it up a little bit. And then he takes out a contract, a blank sheet of paper that is like a blank contract. Says a few mumbo jumbo words on it and pours the liquid combination over top of the contract. And he goes, well, yeah, see, this is what I thought. It's not an actual slave brand.
What?
In what is it then?
I mean, it's not a slave brand. I'm not an expert. I know how to test to see if it's a legit brand, but that's about all I got. I mean, maybe it could be like a counterfeit to pass off as an actual slave brand. I maybe they didn't take her in the legitimate fashion, but still wanted her to seem legitimate. I don't know.
Then
it's
if
not-
it's not legitimate, can you remove it?
I don't have that power, but I mean, you can try. I'm not allowed to.
Tarun's slave brand is burned into her, right? It's not one of these
Yeah, it's
magic
like
ones. Okay, it's just
yeah,
like a
it's like
traditional,
burned straight in.
yeah, like a real life slave
Well,
brand.
no, yeah, so it's like burned straight into you. It's non-magical whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like usually, if it's a slave taken illegally, most cases they're just going to burn a slave brand onto
Right.
the person.
Right.
But this seems to be a fake slave brand.
Is there any
Well-
magic in it at all?
Oh, it's quite a good counterfeit, but it's still counterfeit. Here, look, and he hands over his spectacles to you. And if you want to add them to your spectacles sheet or your spectacles sheet, your character sheets, I'll get you the deeds for it later.
Oh, sweet.
But, it basically gives you a I'll have to find it, but it's like a +2 to perception. Let's see if I can find it real quick.
So Torun looks to Valerie and says, "Well, if this is a fake, as long as she stays with us, nobody can come with her. We know it's fake, so no one can try to claim her. And if anyone who
So
does, we'll
it's
take them out."
+2 to perception with advantage on perception checks. I don't know the name of it. I can't find the name. I have it written down somewhere. But they're like
Go ahead.
actual magical glasses. They're not like knockoff glasses. It's not a real like D&D. It's still homebrew, but
Right. I am gonna as soon as I put them on. By the way, since you're done with this job, do you mind if I keep these?
I don't give a shit. I'm fucking out of here. Like if y'all
I
are done,
I thought you'd say that.
like if you want to burn this place down, I got some wine, some really strong wine. I got some whiskey. Like we can make it a bonfire. Like I am okay with that.
How about this? Because I don't want you getting caught up in this. Go and have fun. Here's another 10 gold for you from me for being so
Sweet.
helpful.
That's 20 gold. I'm rolling in the.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Now,
I mean the
Okay.
town's kind of destroyed, so I can't really do anything. But
you don't have to
I
stay
appreciate
if
it.
you don't want to.
I'm not planning on it.
I didn't think so. Now, before we leave, is there anything else valuable in this place?
I mean, there's the blank magical contracts. But unless you're branding slaves, I don't see where that would be useful.
No, go ahead. No, in fact, go ahead and just give me all of the blank ones.
There's also a wand of
Those?
enslaving.
Taking that.
We actually have 2 of those.
Taking both of those.
There's like 25 contracts, blank contracts.
Okay, definitely taking taking pretty much anything associated with writing or setting new contracts in this town.
Other than that, I mean, there's this equipment I just used to test for a fake slave brand, but I mean, it's just a basic alchemy kit.
Wonderful to know. Okay. And finally, have you ever thought of forming a guild of your own, an entirely new type of guild? I like calling it. I like the idea of the employment guild. People who need money or work can come and get a job and
Well, yeah,
don't
they do.
have to become owned by someone else.
Well, yeah, that's what the Adventurers Guild for. Like, you want to go clean some toilets or rethatch a roof? Yeah, go over to the Adventurers Guild. They got all that shit.
Oh, okay, that's wonderful.
I mean, they
I
don't
love
pay worth a
hearing this.
damn, but
Well, that's just it. That's what I'm talking about. A workers guild where you and other people like you find people jobs that are well and fairly paying.
I mean,
Almost like a union of former slaves.
there's like the Weavers Guild down the road that's like just weavers, and there's like the General Craftsman's Guild that's in the opposite direction.
Yes, but I've done some research in those guilds, and to join, you usually have to pay a fee. I'm talking about, let's say, what if we called it a contractors guild? Someone signs a contract for a work guaranteed to go and do a certain job, and if that employer likes them, they can hire them as an actual employee, working directly for them.
Uh, I mean, that sounds kind of interesting.
Could really solve a problem and could also net you quite a bit of coin if you charge the employers a finder's fee on everyone you send their way.
Well, see, you're making an assumption that I'm a good person and I actually care about people. I don't give a flying fuck. Like I don't give a shit.
Please, fucking shit. I'm going to say I think. I don't feel intimidating. Tarun, can you stand behind me menacingly?
She's already there. and she's distracted. She was like busy like braiding Tina's hair.
How could we roll? Just for everyone's clarification, that is a 10 and a 9 on intimidation.
That's a plus 6.
Yeah, Tarun. Tarun was busy like braiding Tina's hair, and when you say that, she's like looked up, huh? What?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, if that's all you got. You might want to look in the back room. My boss is back there. I think he might be dead. I haven't looked. He's not the owner of my slave contract, but he is the boss for the guild. It kind of stinks back there.
He hasn't come out.
I don't know.
In 2 weeks.
No, it's just it got worse and worse smelling back there.
Tarun, do you want to kick that door open?
I thought you'd never ask.
The guy walks away.
She's gonna go kick the door open.
Remember, don't ever come back here.
I'm not planning on it.
Life is good sometimes.
Thanks for the gold.
Not rolling great. She kicks the door.
You kick the door, and that's a 12.
Yeah.
You kick the door and you bounce back.
She summons Lard's axe and axes the door poorly.
Just for so that's a 12 on athletics and a 9 to attack with Lard's axe. Does that even beat the door's AC?
No.
You know what? I want to try with my
she
negative 1
looks
to
at
athletics.
Valerie and said, "This door is tough." She
Did I just break my
reaches
foot?
for the doorknob and tries to open the
No,
door.
the door opens.
She looks in.
I thought it would be more. I'm sorry, Tarun. I thought it would be more fun than that.
I thought so too.
So
Sturdy door though.
to reiterate for those listening along at home, Ron or Tarun just rolled a 12 on athletics to kick the door in, then a 9 with an axe, and then Bill attempted to do the same thing as Dr. Valerie, and she rolled a 4 or so. And then the door's open the entire time.
Before we leave, let's take the hinges off that thing. We're gonna take that door. That is for our house. That is a good door.
The door's AC is 13.
You know,
That door has an
that's
AC
definitely
of
above
13.
average.
It was an arbitrary number I put to it before you started rolling.
Yeah.
Because I figured the door ended. I assumed you'd be able to beat it pretty easily with, a +5 to athletics
Yeah.
and a +5 to the great axe.
Hey,
So,
I'm
anyways.
sorry. Every D&D D&D campaign has that one inanimate object that is essentially a cursed object,
Oh yeah.
and we're
Yeah.
gonna collect as many of them as we can for our house. A house made of cursed object.
So you open the door, and in front of you is a body that used to belong to what looked like a very large fat man. The top part of his head is missing, and there is what appears to be a head crab on the ground.
The doctor's gonna walk up and he's gonna look at Tarun, and is going to grab his lower jaw and is gonna kind of puppet his lower jaw like he's talking. Hey Tarun, look, a sweaty, disgusting slaver fuck. And I'm gonna be like, do you regret the choices you made in life?
Oh yes, I regret this very much. I regret it very much that I'm such a sorry sack of shit. Oh my goodness. But I think it's a good thing that I'm dead now.
Look, he's happy he's dead now, Tarun. And then I'm gonna start stabbing him a couple of times, just a couple of times.
Bill,
Oh no, he keeps falling on my knife. Oh no.
Bill and Ron, could y'all roll me a perception check?
Perception. Boom.
By the way, just
Nope.
for clarity, I did not. I
5.
did. That was performance. Sorry, I fat fingered, but I got the same.
Same number.
17, same score. But just for clarification, I did leave Tina out of here. She did not. She is not seeing this.
Bill, what's your AC?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. My AC is 14. He's one more than the door.
So I'm not gonna give it a surprise round. So if you want to try to do a reaction or something, then I can allow it. But the head crab that's on the ground turns around and leaps at you. And with a 19, it's going to stick.
Oh no. I am going to instantly. My hand is going to shoot to one of my Raven Queen daggers. Well, the one I was actually stabbing this disgusting slaver fuck with. That has become his in-character name, by the way. Disgusting slaver fuck.
Sounds right.
Hashtag deceased. Hashtag haha. Hashtag karma. And as soon as that thing lands, goes in for the attack, I'm gonna stab it.
Give me an attack roll.
All right. I still haven't added those feather daggers in, so I'm just rolling with a regular dagger.
Okay.
23.
That's with the +5. That's a nice hit. Roll me some damage.
Yay. Oh wait, I walked into the room ahead of Tarun, so that means that Tarun is not within 5 feet of me, right?
That is correct.
I guess, yeah.
Excellent, because
She probably followed
I'm,
you in,
like,
or at
right
least was looking
behind
in
you.
from at the door.
are you within 5 feet of me?
Probably.
Fuck. Never mind. Then I roll with my daggers for 6 damage.
All right. Describe how you kill it.
As soon as it lunges for me, like I did not do this actively. This was all instinctual. As soon as it lunged at me, my hand went for that raven's feather dagger and just threw it and had it go right through the thing's head and pin it back down to the ground.
All right. You now have a pinned head crab.
That one
Tarun,
was still alive.
Tarun, yeah. She's like, I thought they all died.
I did too. Does he smell? Has he been dead in here for like a minute, or is there not much smell coming from him yet?
I mean, it's been like a week and a half
Mhm.
since the ordeal.
So based off the smell,
He's pretty right.
okay.
Unless you give me I don't know, maybe nature check or
Medicine.
medicine.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and do a medicine for him. 22.
Yeah. So he's been dead for about a week and a half.
Okay.
Maybe only a week and 3 days or 4 days.
And it's been
Okay.
2 weeks since the craziness.
It's been a week and a half since the craziness.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so then his level of being dead about charts.
Plus or minus, more minus a couple days.
Okay. In that case, what would I have to roll to basically do make the exact same type of investigation on the head crab as to why it was still alive?
Either an Arcana or another. I think Arcana is gonna be the best option.
Okay.
Arcana or medicine. I think I'll take
Natural 20.
Boom.
Nat 20. So if you look around the room, you see there is some demonic markings across the floors, wall, and ceiling, as well as the backside of the door. If either of y'all know anything about demonic runic,
I speak
this appears
abyssal.
to
I got nothing.
no. Do you know demonic runes or abyssal runes?
I just have the abyssal language, but demons live in the abyss, devils live in hell and speak infernal. So
Haha, good point.
depends
Infernal
on if you
versus
want me to know
abyssal.
this or not.
Sure, why not? So you can, because they're so closely related languages, you can kind of make out some of the markings on the walls. They appear to be, how would you say, mana blocking runes,
Like a ward?
Yeah, like a ward. To keep out exterior influences. Oftentimes, you see something like this used in like a ice box that's designed to keep the heat out of a box.
Yeah, so Tarun like steps up to the wall and is like looking at the runes, and she's like having just flashes of memory that she doesn't really understand, but she's like, I've seen symbols like this before. I don't know a lot about this stuff, but I feel like these symbols are probably what kept this one safe and alive. I can't remember where I've seen them though. But she points at one and she's like, I'm pretty sure this one means to it means to block out.
Bill, I think he's talking to you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I had my thing up. Sorry about that. Okay. You know what? Now I'm just so much happier than I already was that we're going to be burning this place to the ground.
Yeah, I agree.
Hmm.
Y'all want to look around the office first?
Yes. I'm gonna give it a couple days, but before this 2 weeks is officially over, this place is gonna burn to the ground in the middle of the night.
Okay. Give me an investigation check, both of y'all.
Sounds like a plan,
Investigation.
Stan.
I find
I rolled a
nothing.
16.
And I rolled a 6.
All right, so Bill, you find a journal in the desk underneath a false bottom that describes what appears to be ramblings of a madman to a certain extent. If you didn't know the situation that had gone on in the town, things along the lines of they're coming for me, they're here, they're the the voices, they're telling me to do things. I feel them taking over. I'm warding this room so I can think properly. Uh, Things along the lines of I hear the voice of shit. What's his name?
Mr. Biggs?
No, not Mr. Biggs. The counselor, I think it was.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's the counselor.
Counselor Palpatine?
No, I
He's a
think his name is
chancellor,
just
not a
I
counselor.
know, Bill. I know.
Chancellor. Chancellor, counselor. Fuck, what's the hell? Hold on, I got it in my NPC documents. Rothgar NPCs.
If it's a bat, use your.
Well, there it is, bad guys. Yeah, the counselor. I hear the voice of the counselor. He's telling me to do things. I only seem to be able to think clearly in this room. The time keeps seeming to pass by, and it's like in really like scribbled, scrawled, scratched around handwriting. Most of it seems to be gibberish, but there does seem to be one lucid note at the end, saying along the lines of, I don't know who stopped them, but somebody saved us. The the voices have stopped, but the pain, it's excruciating. I don't understand why it has to be like this. Um, I'm sorry, Maria, if you find this. I love you. And if somebody else finds this, fuck you. Why you're my study. And that's it. Yeah, that's the journal. Before that, there's like a lot of like ledgers and what seem to be like backhanded dealing. If you want to flip further forward, there seems to be some illegal markings that go on in the town. Um, and this guy might have been the source of it. Uh, or that's at least what it implies. The journal goes back about 10 years. And you see where it's notated that people have taken, children from parents, mothers from fathers, sisters from brothers, and you know, shoveled them along the way in this semi illegal manner.
Now, are there any like is there any like filing in here that might have or that might have in this room like any other active contracts that maybe he as like the business manager would be in
I'll
possession
be
of?
right back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right.
There is a safe.
Ooh. Fun, fun, fun. And I've got thieves' tools. Is there a key? Well, before I do that, is there a key on him or in his or did I find one with that other investigation roll?
It's a combination lock.
Okay. So then, what do I have to roll to see if I can break into it?
Well, seeing as how most combo safes nowadays don't have a way to pick it, I'm gonna set the DC kind of high on this.
Okay. Okay. So
But
what do you want? Do you want
see what-
sleight of hand or?
I need just roll me a thieves tool proficiency
Okay.
with the attribute being I guess Dex. Unless you have something that says you can substitute something else for
Oh, here we go. No, I think these tools actually work. Natural 20.
it. So you put your ear to the safe, and you can just automatically hear the tumbling inside. You rotate the dial around, and you immediately pinpoint that the combination is like 37, 22, 15. You pop it
What?
off.
37, 22, 15, you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You pop the safe open like it was, nothing, and in less than a minute. Inside, you find. Let me look this up real quick.
Yo, man. Y'all, why were y'all fucking with those things? Why was you fucking with the goddamn invisible goddamn.
um, you find a set of 5 1-pound platinum bars.
Oh shit!
Right.
I'm writing this down.
What are you writing down? I'm back.
We got some money, Ron. We got 5 1-pound platinum bars. I
Oh, wow.
found that safe, and I got a nat 20 to pick it.
Each 5-pound a 5-pound bar is worth roughly 2,500 gold pieces. So 5 1-pound bars would be 1/5 of that price.
But for a
That's
grand total of 2,500 gold, roughly.
right, 2,500 gold roughly.
Yeah, each one is worth 500 gold.
Is that right? How much is a platinum worth?
Or, sorry, each one is
It's
worth 500 platinum. Wait. No, if it's worth
one.
2,500 gold.
It's 10 gold to make 1 platinum.
Yeah.
I thought it was 100 gold to a platinum.
No.
So
I think
it's
it goes in increments of
100
10.
copper. So it's 1,000 copper to 1 silver.
I
10
think it's
copper,
10 copper
10
to a
copper
silver,
is a
and then 10
silver.
silver to a gold.
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
my brain's wrong. I've had the alcohol.
Yeah.
Eh,
I've been up since like 5 a.m.
Yeah, I've been up since like 6:30, and it's like 11:30 now. So, but yeah, so it's 5 1-pound bars of platinum, a stack of documents. A lot of them look to be illegitimate slave contracts, which is slave contracts that were made that were not legitimate. If that wasn't apparent from what I said
Okay.
originally,
right.
along with
How
a
many-
list of names of people that would bring in new quote unquote recruits. That's what the documents say, quote unquote recruits.
Yeah.
For the enslavement.
Like bringing in more people to enslave, or bring in more people that would be okay to be slavers.
Enslave.
All right. So amongst these documents, Did they mention Tina's name in any of them?
No.
Wonderful, great. And how many of these illegal slave contracts do we have?
Roughly about 30.
No, they might be illegal, but do they work the same as the legitimate ones if we destroy the contract and the person is no longer enslaved?
Yes, they work in that faction, but any self-respecting slaver could look at one of these contracts and tell it's an illegitimate contract.
Right. So if I was just like, I don't know, say throw all 30 of these contracts into a fire, the slave brands on these 30 people would just disappear.
That is correct.
Good to
All right,
know.
then.
Tarun, oh, how big is this safe?
You're asking Tarun?
Like, no, sorry, I was about to say something to you, but then I decided to ask Shut up, Frank. I decided to then ask Frank. I decided to ask God, how big is the safe?
I was waiting for Tarun to answer because I'm like, I'll let him take that one. Whew, I'm gonna die. That was funny.
We're all gonna die eventually.
So it's a floor safe, probably about 3 feet tall.
Tarun, do you think you can lift that? We could always use a safe at our house.
Oh, I'm sure I can. Let me just see what happens here. 23.
Probably need a strength check.
Just subtract my +2 then, so that'd be 18 plus 3.
Yeah, you can pick
21. Yeah, she picks it up.
You also inside the cabinet, along with the platinum and the contracts, is a small bag of like loose copper, silvers, and gold. The deed for this building.
Ooh.
They're giving away free buildings, so I mean,
I'm writing that down. Now we have the deed to the building.
Yeah, except we're gonna burn it down.
I mean, that was the plan, but I mean, if we have the deed, we can sell the building back and then burn it.
There's demonic runes in here.
Yeah, but like I said, if we have the deed, we can sell the building and then burn it down. All the deed did for us was make it to where we could technically, legally burn it down. But we don't necessarily need the permission of the law to burn down a building. Stupid fucking pen.
and the last thing that's in there is a small bag of what you can only assume is like personal effects, like necklaces, small toys, small keepsakes, and things like that.
Nose hair trimmer.
Probably things that he collected from people being brought in.
Unopened
There's no
condom.
telling.
And then one bag of loose coinage.
Total amount for that bag is if you're just going by gold value, it's like 15 gold.
15. Okay.
Okay. All right. I think we're done here. Tarun, do you think we're done here?
Yeah, I think we're done here.
Yeah, best to perform our illegal activities in the cover of dark.
You mean legal activities?
Oh, you are correct. I have a plan.
All right, so you pick up the safe, you take it all the way home, unless you want to do anything between now and that end of that 2-week period.
I am gonna. Whenever we get home, I am going to burn all of the blank contracts, and also the 30 illegal contracts.
All right. right? So when you burn the 30 legal contracts, you do see the slave brand come off of Tina.
Yay!
Awesome.
Of course, now you don't know. Now you don't know what her real name is, but
Does she know what her real name is?
she thinks it's Tina.
Well, it doesn't matter what her real name is. She belongs to us now. We've adopted her.
I'm gonna turn to Tina. I'm so sorry. I didn't even think to read some of those names first. Do you still want to be Tina, or would you like your name to be something else?
Well, my name's always been Tina.
All right, Tina it is then.
But you can give me another name if you want.
You know what? That sounds like a wonderful plan. Let's go over
You're
here.
my master now, right?
No, I'm
As
not
long
your
as you
master.
don't, as long as you don't beat me, I'm okay.
You.
Tarun steps up.
You don't even have to feed me. I can find food.
Tarun leans over to Valerie and says, she's never known anything else. It'll take her time to figure out what being free means.
You're right. Okay. I'm going to pull out a sheet of paper, just regular blank paper, not magic contract paper, and I'm going to write down on there, hello, my name is, and then I'm going to put a line, and I'm going to fill in Tina Anders. I 100% just adopted a child.
Boom.
And then I'm going to put a little ink on her little hand, and then I'm going to stamp her hand down on the paper.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'm going to wash off her hand afterwards, obviously. And then I'm going to hand it to her, and I'm going to be like, there you are. Your name is now Tina Anders. You are not my slave. You are not property. You are your own master. And you live here with us. Okay?
I can't be Tina Anders. I have to be Tina.
You are still Tina. Now you just have another name.
But my mommy will come and find me.
And exactly. And you're still Tina. She'll know exactly who you are.
But she can't find me if I'm not just Tina. That's what Mr. Big said.
Mr. Biggs was a smelly, stinky, stupid liar.
While you're trying to say that, she covers your face with her hands, and she said, you can't talk bad about Mr. Biggs, or he'll hurt us."
Mr. Biggs can't hurt you anymore, or anyone.
He can hear you always.
If he tries to ever come back to hurt you, I will protect you.
You can't say that. He'll hurt me worse.
No one's going to hurt you ever again.
Oh God, I'm gonna die.
Tina, why don't you go upstairs and play with some of the toys upstairs?
I'm like three cups of Crown and Coke in. I do apologize.
No, you're good. Actually, this makes a little bit of sense considering that she's probably been fully indoctrinated into this.
Tarun.
Point being is like she is really freaked out.
Yeah.
She's not understanding what you're trying to tell her at this point.
Yeah, Tarun watches her run up the stairs, and then she turns back to Valerie, and then like jumps for a second, because she sees spirits that no one else can see, and it doesn't say if they're real spirits or not. And she sees Mr. Biggs for a second, and then he vanishes, like just one of those, like he's behind Valerie, and then he vanishes. It's like, did you see that?
Did I see a child that I basically just adopted freak out at the subject that a dead man is going to continue to harm her? Yes, I did.
She blinks a few times and nothing, it's gone. So she's like, what? Sorry, just give her time.
Yeah, I plop down on the chair, just like and I make like the dad noise groan. Ugh.
I think this ghost flaw, like, I'm perfectly happy if you throw real ghosts at me, but also I'm just gonna see random dead people that may or may not be there. So
That works. I'm okay with that.
Now then, tomorrow, or at some point, we need to go and find out if that building has any insurance on it. Do you know what insurance is?
yeah, I know what insurance is.
Yeah, I've got out of my car.
Okay, Tarun.
Oh, we're talking about Endgame. My bad.
I'm talking about the building that we now have the deed to. All right, Tarun. I'm just curious. Tell me what insurance is.
Look, I know things. I just don't remember why I know them.
Okay. Okay. Well, here's hoping it has insurance, because then we can also scam this disgusting system and also get money out of it. If not, then we'll at least get the joy of burning that awful place to the ground. Ugh.
But also, she only has 8 intelligence, so she might not know what insurance is.
You know what? Actually, that thought literally just crossed my mind.
Yeah,
Just before you said it.
but
I'm
she
like,
wouldn't.
wait,
She
don't you
wouldn't
have
admit
like an
that.
8
You know,
intelligence? You'd
she's
be like,
not gonna.
you know
She's
what?
not
Actually,
gonna admit
Tarun, what is insurance?
that. Hold on. An average amount of knowledge. I mean, is insurance a thing in this world?
I mean, you don't know.
Would
Unless
would an average
you
person
probably
know what
wouldn't
insurance is? Yeah.
Yes, an average person probably wouldn't know what insurance is.
Yeah, because that's an average roll there.
Of 10.
She says
With a natural 0 on the other side.
Yeah.
You know what the word insure is? To ensure someone's safety, you give someone your insurance. Assurance.
She describes it that way.
Doctor, Anders is gonna put up a hand, and then he's just gonna stop and be like, "No, you know what? That's actually about accurate."
Yeah, like I said, I don't remember why I know things, but I still, I could read that language in there. I know how to talk. I know I know my first name. I know the name of my spear, and her spear, appears in her hands whenever she mentions it. And none of it makes sense.
Name's Spear?
No, her spear. She didn't say the name of her spear, but
oh, I thought you said the name of the spear.
No, and the spear, just when she mentions it, it appears in her hand, and she like gestures with it,
Gotcha.
and then drops it on the ground.
Is your spear's name Stephanie?
What? No.
I'm sorry. It's just your spear. Your spear just seems like a real Stephanie.
My spear is named Jalda.
Okay.
Which means redemption.
Well,
I don't know why I know that it means that.
Well, my dagger's name is Fate's Point, so that's fine.
All right, so y'all had a conversation.
I'm about done.
Yeah, I think
time moves on.
Yeah.
Y'all make food. Tina begins to grow slightly more accustomed.
I was gonna say she grows 3 more days until the 2 weeks are over.
She for the next 3 days she's been continuously growing more accustomed to not having to fend for herself and whatnot, but it's just a big change for her from what she used to have to deal with.
So we've got 4 party members and 5 platinum bars. We should set one of those bars aside for Tina for adulthood.
College.
Yeah,
College is a real son of a bitch. She might become she might become a wizard someday,
yeah, for the Wizards Guild.
or a bard. Bards go to
At-
college.
At some point, Heisen brings Lard downstairs and asks y'all if he should clean off the poop boot. Because if you remember correctly,
No,
No,
last
that's Lard's special boot. You don't want
I'm
to
pretty I'm pretty sure last episode, Tigger put the poop
Yeah.
boot on Lard's foot.
yeah.
Yep.
So
That happened.
like Heisen shows you his foot, which is beginning to like slightly fester.
Oh.
I
It's been
pass
sitting
some.
in
I
poop
use healing
for-
hands on it. It's fine. I heal it for 1 HP.
His foot is healed and is still sitting in the poop boot.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, he's got a
It's
couple more
good.
days with the boot. In just like 2 more days, like on the very last day, I know I'm giving her a couple of days to recover from the major mental shock of what just happened, but God, I'm so soft. Okay. She's up in her room. It's doing that stuff, playing with, her toys,
Cleaning
or doing whatever.
Cleaning the house and folding the bedding. And...
Jesus. Okay. I'm going to walk into her room and I'm going to tell her to sit down.
She like looks down and walks over and sits next to you. Or no, sits at your feet.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Sweetie. Sit on the bed.
She kind of trembles a little bit and then stands up and sits on the bed next to you.
Okay. Do you remember what you told me a few days ago? That
yes, ma'am.
your mother would come back and find you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to turn around to face the door. And then I'm going to turn around. Tina! Oh my goodness, I've been looking for you for so long. I finally found you.
What?
Tina, I'm adopting you. I want you to be my daughter.
You can adopt me. My mommy's looking for me. Mr. Big
You're right.
said so.
You're right. I've been looking for you for a very long time.
But aren't you an elf?
Half elf, but yeah.
You're half elf.
No, I think actually elf.
This child sees race.
No, yes.
This girl is like a red-haired, freckled little girl, like
Right.
as white as it gets, like.
Right.
Okay. but
yes,
but
I am
you've got pointy ears, and I don't mind around it. You're one of them filthy elves, like Mr. Biggs used to say.
All right, sweetie, we're never going to say that again. Elves are people. And people have children who are also people, right?
Yes. I think.
Okay. Well, I am a person. You are a person. And I've been searching for you for a very long time, looking for a little girl named Tina.
I don't understand. Don't I have a mommy?
You did, and she found you.
But I
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
And like a tear rolls down her cheek, and she looks up at you, and she's like, It's been so long. I Mommy, and like she
Yeah.
like leaps onto you and like starts crying into your like blouse.
There we go. Okay. See, this is
That's a good spot to end on.
Yeah. This is the progress. This is the progress I was aiming towards. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, I've got to go to town hall and make this legal.
All right, so we're gonna end the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting late.
All right, that's been another episode of the Realms of Rothgar. Will Tina ever get the psychological help she needs after this roller coaster? Is Heisen still trying to feed Lard big chunks of potatoes? Will this party ever leave this city at this point? Find out next time on the Realms of Rothgar. I have been your host and God for the evening, Frank. You can find me on social media, maybe. I think I have one of my social medias named as FK Light Castle, so good luck with that. Where and or why, I don't remember. With me tonight, we had Hayden, and then he left. But we still have Ron.
I am Ron, and I can be found on Twitter at RonBjork1. If you can figure out how to spell my name, you might be able to find me.
Good luck with that one. And last but certainly not least, we had Bill.
Hey everybody, I'm Bill. I was playing Dr. Valerie Anders' mother in this episode, and you can find me on Twitter at Billzabub, like Beelzebub, but Bill. You'll find a lot of art, of me following a lot of art and artists. Really like the line work and the coloring and stuff. But I apologize if anyone needs to clutch their pearls, because the human form literally does nothing for me. So,
He likes
all that
pretty
being
things.
said, I love the art, and honestly, I'm not going to lie. Some of those artists on there have incredible shading and contouring. It's just some of the most incredible stuff I'm seeing in the last several years when it comes to some of these people and drawing and stuff. But yeah, I had fun, and at some point we're gonna burn a fucking slave building to the ground.
Just make sure to add one child to your character sheet.
How old is
You mean a soon-to-be follower of the Raven Queen?
How
I am
much does a
spreading
small
the
child
gospel.
weigh? Alexa, how much does a small child weigh?
Here's something I found on the web. According to mothering.com, your baby will weigh about 6 pounds, 9 ounces,
Less
and
than
will be
that.
17 inches long. Did that answer your question?
No.
An 8-year-old.
Alexa.
Ask it specifically.
How much does an 8-year-old weigh?
Thanks for letting me know.
God, that sounded so passive aggressive.
Alexa, how much does an 8-year-old weigh?
The average weight of an 8-year-old girl in the United States is 69.9 pounds, and the average weight of an 8-year-old boy is 69.4 pounds.
What?
So you need to add one child and 69.9 pounds to your equipment.
There you go.
To your total weight.
All right, I'm gonna turn Craig off.
Bye, Craig. This has
Bye,
been
Craig.
great.
But I am glad I got that Alexa moment.
You know what? That was fucking perfect.
Like, that was nowhere near what I had planned. Like, as soon as I got home and ate, I like built 3 maps for us because I didn't know which direction we were gonna go, and I figured it was gonna be one of these 3.
I figured it would be more than just me and Ron here.
So it just turned into us just bullshitting the entire time, which it was great content. It was great.